Hey, this is Chuntianle. Welcome to join the live stream number 50. Today we should have a big celebration because this is a number 50 live stream in this series. And also for the pro for this series is number 18. So it's time to have a celebration. So first of all, I'm going to review what we have learned. The chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. And the Pearl is a Nobel Prize winner's masterpiece. And today there's another good news. We are going to finish chapter 3. So that is, I cannot wait to finish the chapter 3. First of all, we're going to review the chapter 1. In chapter 1, we meet our character, Kino, Juana, and Coyotito. And we learned about their simple life near the sea. We heard the beautiful song, the song of the family, and the family live with love, dignity, and hope despite having very little wealth. Then the tragedy struck. The scorpion crawled down the rope and stung baby Coyotito. The family rushed to seek the help from the doctor. But the doctor refused the treatment to the baby because Kino and Juana were poor. This chapter introduces one of the major themes of the novel. The major theme of the novel, the difference between wealth and poverty. The family had love, but society valued the money. Family had the love. However, society valued the money. Very good point. Again, family value the love. Family had love. However, society value the money. Okay, so let me see. Welcome to John. Welcome to John. So this is Anna. Anna Rowankrin. Okay. Hi, Wana. Nice to meet you. Welcome to June. This is today we need to have a very good celebration. Today is the number 50 live stream in this series. And as for the live series, the pros, that is number 18th. So here is a very important point, which is the family had love. However, society value the money. And in the chapter 1, there's one theme in this book, the difference between wealth and the poverty. Wealth and the poverty. And the family had a love. However, society value money. Now let's quickly go over chapter 2. In chapter 2, Kino and Juana went diving the pearl, and they hope to find something valuable enough to pay for the treatment to provide a better future. Then something extraordinary happened. Kino discovered the greatest pearls he had ever seen. the pearl of the world. At that moment, a new song appeared in his mind. The song of maybe. Maybe Coyotito could go to school. Maybe they could marry in the church. Maybe they could buy new clothes. Maybe they could live differently. Maybe the future could change. The song of the maybe is the magic of dream and possibility. It is one of the most important songs in the entire story. Okay, the song of maybe. The song of maybe. And then we go to the chapter 3. Chapter 3 is very important. Chapter 3 is very important. The pearl has been discovered, and now the news began to spread. The doctor hears about it. The priest hear about it. The shopkeeper hear about it. The pearl buyer hear about it. Everyone hear about it. Any questions? And what is interesting is that many people are suddenly interested in Kino's future, but are they really interested in Kino? Or are they interested in the pearl? This is one of the questions we will explore at the end of the chapter 3. Okay? Any questions? So, welcome to join. Come in the chat. Where are you watching from and what is your local time? And as we read, or as I discuss about this novel, and think about those questions, how people react to the pearl, how great began to appear, how great again began to appear, and how dream can attract danger, and how the song maybe start to mix with other song. Okay, notice that Kino's discovery changed not only his own life, it changed the behavior of everyone around him. The pearl became like a mirror. It reveals that it already hidden inside people's heart. So, welcome to join. Come in the chat. Where are you watching from and what is your local time? Just now, I gave you a quick review. I gave you the quick review of the Nobel Prize winner's masterpiece, The Pearl. So the chapter one sounds like a very peaceful, quiet village family life. I see the new friend. Hi, Adana, Benamedi. Hi, Nice to see you. Come in the chat. Where are you watching from and what is your local time? And in today's video, we need to have a great congratulation because the number 50 live stream for this series and also this number 18th live stream. And in this live stream, you will learn the ending of chapter 3 and what happened at the end of chapter 3. And also, I gave you the recap on the chapter 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that is a very interesting story, and it shows something. It shows something different. For example, it shows the difference between wealth and poverty. Have you ever seen the wealthy people, and also poor people? So in this novel, it shows the difference between wealthy and poverty. Okay, wealthy and poverty. And although family had love, however, the society valued the value money. Society value money. Okay, and also um, in the novel, in the novel, we the novel in chapter 1, Kino's head think song, the song, the song of the family. Now I'm gonna share with you the song again. And welcome to John. Come in the chat. Where are you watching from? And what is your local time? And don't forget subscribe, share, comment, and like. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, now I'm gonna sing the song of the family. Ready? The song of the family. And after that, I'm going to share with you the ending of chapter 3. Ending of chapter 3. Ready? Sleep, little one, and close to my heart. Safe in the night, warm in my shell. Sea whisper low, stars softly shine. Mourn guards your dream when it gently rests. Sleep, little one, dream without fear. Love from the first, love evermore. And then the second verse. Ah, 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 sleep, my child. Ah, 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 say and walk, sea and sky, what you know, heart and home, hold you close. Ah, ha, ha, ah, ha, ha, dream and grow. Ah, ha, ha, ah, ha, ha, my little pro. So this is the song of the family and the song of my little pro. Okay, now I'm going to read the lyrics and to see what does the song sounds like. Okay, ready? Okay, so this is a song sounds like. Sleep, little one, close to my heart, safe in the night, warm in my song. Sea whispers low, star softly shine. Moon guards your dream, wind gently rests. Sleep, little one, dream without fear. Loved from the first, love evermore. Ahaha. Sleep, my child. Aha. Safe and warm. Sea and sky watch you now. Heart and home hold you close. Ahaha. Dream and grow. Ahaha. My little pearl. So this is the lyrics of the song. This is the lyrics of the song. Now I'm gonna sing the song again. Ready? Okay, now I'm gonna sing the song again. Sleep, little one, close to my heart. Safe in the night, warm in the sun. Sea whispers low, stars softly shine. Moon guides your dreams, wind gently rest. Sleep, little one, dream without fear. Love from the first, love evermore. Ah, ha, 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 sleep, my child. Ah, ha, 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 safe and warm. Sea and sky, what you know. Heart and home, hold you close. Ah, ha, 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 dream and grow. Ah, ha, 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 my little pro. So that's a song of my little pro. Welcome to John. Come in the chat. Where are you watching from? And what is your local time? And don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like. Now I'm going to highlight a few sentences. Look, this few the line of the lyrics. Sleep, little one, close to my heart, safe in the night, warm in my shell. So it shows the quiet moment of the village and the quiet moment of the family. The quiet moment and the family and they have love. However, society value the money. The family had the love. However, society value the money. So, hi, MIP, MIP 5Y, no. Good morning. Nice to see you and a successful presentation. Welcome to join. Come in the chat. Where are you watching from and what is your local time? And don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like. So now I'm going to let's move to chapter 3. let's move to chapter 3. So before we go to chapter 3, I'm going to read a few paragraphs before before we go to the new, so that we can connect the previous class and then we can continue to the next. So now we're going to connect a few chapter before we move to the next. And welcome to John. Come in the chat and tell us where are you watching from and what is your local time. So now I'm going to read a few paragraphs, and before the one, we are going to move on. Ready? Okay, now let's move on. The doctor was closing his bag now. He said, "When do you think you can pay this bill?" He said it even kindly. "When I have sold my pearls, I will pay you," Kino said. "You have a pearl, a good pearl?" the doctor asked with interest. And then the chorus of the neighbor broke in. "He had found the pearl of the world," they cried, and they joined forefinger with thumbs to show how great the pearl was. Like this big. Kino would be a rich man, they clamored. "It is a pearl such as one had never seen." The doctor looked surprised. "I had not heard it. Do you keep this pearl in a safe place? Perhaps you would like me to put it in my safe." Kino's eyes were hooded now. His cheeks were drawn taut. "I have it secure," he said. "Tomorrow I will sell it and then I will pay you." So that is a few paragraph before we move on. Any questions? Okay, so I gave you a few moments and you think about what happened when this time the doctor, after Kino found the pearl, what the doctor behaved differently and why? Why the doctor behave differently? Okay, why the doctor behave differently? So here's a word I want to ask you. Hood, hood, hood. Hood means of an article or clothes having a hood. It connect with the hat, with the hat. Okay, the hood. And next, I'm gonna ask you, his check or drawn taut, taut. What does taut mean?
Taut.
taut, stretch and pulled tight. Start is very tight, is very pulled tight, is very tight. Okay, Kino's eye will hold it now. Kino's eye will hold it now. His check was drawn taut. I have it secure, he said. Tomorrow I will sell it and then I will pay. Tomorrow I will sell it and I would pay. And I will pay you. Okay. And tomorrow I will pay you. Now we are going to move the next one. The doctor shrugged. The shoulder. Shrugged. The doctor shrugged and raised the shoulder. The doctor shrugged, and his wet eyes never left Kino's eye. His eyes never left Kino's eye. He knew the pearl would be buried in the house, and he thought Kino might look forward the place where it was buried. He thought Kino is going to bury the pearls, and it would be a shame to have it stolen before you could sell it. So he pretended to be nice, and the doctor said, and he saw Kino's eye flick involuntarily. Flick. Right now, this word flick, it describes the eye. Okay, it describes the eye. So the eye propel with a sudden sharp movement, especially for the finger and or the eyes. Flick, flick, flick. Okay, so let's get back to see what does this paragraph mean. Doctor shrugged, raised his shoulder, shrugged. Doctor shrugged, and his wet eye never left Kino's eyes. He knew the pearl would be buried. Dig the water, dig the soil, and put something inside the soil, buried in the house. And he thought Kino might look forward a place where it was buried. So he hears a trick, and he watched Kino's eyes carefully, and he believed Kino is going to look at the place where he buried the pearl. It would be a shame to have it stolen before you could sell it. He pretended to be nice, the doctor said, and he saw Kino's eye flickered, moved quickly, and involuntarily to the floor near the side post of the brush house. The side post. There's a post. There's a post. Near the side post of the brush house. Here's very tricky. The doctor was very tricky. The doctor was very tricky. Okay, now let's move on the next one. So that's a brand new paragraph. That's a new paragraph we are going to learn. So from now, I am going to finish chapter 3. Chapter 3 is a very important chapter in this book too. So let's see, what does chapter 3 talked about? Okay, chapter 3. When the doctor had gone and all the neighbors had reluctantly returned to their house, Kino squatted beside the little glowing coal in the fire hole and listened to the night sound and the soft swift little waves on the shore and the distant barking dog. The creeping of the breeze through the brush house roof and the soft speech of his neighbor in their house in the village, for these people do not sleep soundly all night. They awaken at interval and talk a little and then go to sleep again. And after a while, Kino got up and went to the door of his house. So let's try to see what does this paragraph talked about. Okay, so let's see what does this paragraph talked about. When the doctor has gone, and all the neighbor has reluctantly is don't want to, is very reluctantly, is they don't want to do something reluctantly. Okay, what does reluctantly mean? So it means unwilling and hesitant way. So his neighbor reluctantly returned to their house. When the doctor had gone and all the neighbor had reluctantly returned to their house, Kino squatters. Squatter is action, is not sitting. So right now I'm sitting on my chair. So squatters is also a kind of a moment, a kind of action. So it means squattered. It means sit, crouch, sit with one's knees. Okay, with one's knees bent and one heels close to touch one's buttocks or the back of one's thigh, squattered. So I really want to show that look like so squattered. So it's not sitting. So it's sitting on one's knees. Sit with one's knees bent and one's heel close to touch one's buttock and the back of one's thigh. Squattered. Okay, squattered. So Kino squatted, not squattered. Kino squat. Okay, sorry. Not squatted. Sorry. So Kino squatted. Yes, Kino squatted. Kino squatted beside a little glowing coal. Beside a little glowing coal in the fire hole, and listen to the night sound. The soft sweep of little waves on the shore and distant barking of the dog. So now Kino squatted beside the little glowing coal in the fire hole and listened to the night sun and the soft sweep of little waves on the shore and the distant barking of the dog. You listen to the dog too. The scraping of the breeze, scraping of the breeze, scraping. Scraping. So it's kind of like a plant grow along the ground or other surface by means of extending stem or branch. So here it uses scraping. It sounds like uh, the soft creep, soft creep. So it's just like the plants growing along the ground and other surface by means of extending stem or branch, and he used the creep to describe the wave, the little wave, creep of the little wave on the shore and the distant barking dog. The little wave softly creep. The soft creep of little waves on the shore and the distant barking of the dog. Okay. The creeping. So just now it used sweeping, sweeping. Okay. It didn't use a creep. It used creeping is like the plant. So here it uses sweeping. Sweep. Sweep is clean by brushing away dirt. Sweeping. Just now it's not use creeping. It use not use creeping. It use sweeping. Okay. The soft sweep of the little waves on the shore and distant barking of the dog. Now is creeping. Creeping is just like the breeze, like the little, like the plant, like the little plant grow along the ground of the plant grow along the ground and other surface by means of extending stems and branch. Along the ground and other surface by means of extending stem and branch. Growing along the ground and other surface by means of extending stem or branch. So it uses this word. So creeping of the breeze through the brush house roof, and the soft speech of neighbors in their house in the village. Let's see, what does this mean? So Kino right now, he was listening, and listen to the night sound, the soft sweep of the little waves on the shore, and the distant barking of the dog, and the creeping of the breeze through brush house roof, and the soft speech of his neighbor in their house in the village. So right now it describes Kino right now can hear the little breeze, the breeze soft speech of their neighbor, so he can hear the wave, the wave, the breeze, and the neighbor's speech. For these people do not sleep soundly all night. They awaken at interval. They just wake up and sleep and wake up and sleep. So they just wait at interval and talk a little. They talk and then go to sleep again. They wake up and talk and go to sleep and then wake up, talk and go to sleep. And after a while, Kino got up and went to the door to his house. And then Kino got up and went to the door to his house. Now, the next. Any questions? What does Kino heard? Did Kino heard anything? What does Kino heard? Okay, so now the next. Kino got up and went to the door of the house. Okay, now the next. He smelled the breeze and he listened for any foreign sound of secrecy or creeping, and his eyes searched the darkness for the music of evil was sounding in his head, and he was fierce and afraid. After he had probed the night with his sense, he went to the place by the side poles where the pearl was buried, and he dug it up and brought it to his sleeping mat. And under his sleeping mat, he dug another little hole in the dirt floors and buried his pearls and covered it again. Okay, so why Kino do this? Why? What happened? What happened on Kino? What happened on Kino? What happened on Kino? Now let's go into it. Look into it. He smelled the breeze and listened for any foreign sound of secrets and creeping. He hears something secrecy, some mystery, and some or creeping, and something strange, and his eyes search the darkness for music of evil or sounding in his head. The music of evil was sounding in his head, and he was fierce and afraid. Fierce, having or displaying an intense or ferocious aggressiveness. Having or display an intense aggressiveness. Fierce. Okay, fierce. And his eyes searched darkness for music of evil was sounding in his head, and he was fierce and afraid. Right now he was very fierce. After he had probed the night with his sense, After he had probed, physically explore or examine something with a hand or an instrument. Probed, okay, probed. After he had probed the night with his sense, he went to the place by the side post. He went to the place by the side post where the pearl was buried. He went to his pearls and he digged it up and brought it to his sleeping mat. Sleeping mat. Sleeping mat. Mat, a piece of coarse material placed on a floor for people to wipe their feet on. But this one is a sleeping mat, okay? It's a sleeping mat. Sleeping mat. Dig it up and brought it to his sleeping mat, and under his sleeping mat, he dug another little holes in the dirt floor and buried his pearls and covered it up again. He dug another holes and bury his pearl again and cover it up and cover it up. So he's very careful. He's very careful. Any questions? Any questions? Oh, there's Veteran. Hi, Veteran. Nice to see you. Welcome to join. And come in the chat. Where are you watching from and what is your local time? And don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like. Okay? So again, nice to see you, Veteran Week 44. Okay? So right now, something make people feel scared happen. Now let's move on. And Juana, sitting by the fire hole, watched him with questioning eyes, and when he had buried his pearls, she asked, "Who do you fear?" Kino searched for a true answer, and at last he said, "Everyone." And he could feel a shell of hardness drawing over him. After a while, he laid down together on the sleeping mat, and Juana did not put the baby in his box tonight, but cradled him on her arm and covered his face with her head shawl. And the last night went out of amber in a fire hole. Wow, so that's very detailed description. So here the word. Embers is a small piece of burning or glowing coal or wood in a dying fire. Embers. A small piece of the burning or glowing coals or wood in a dying fire. In a dying fire. In a dying fire. Oh, Russia. Nice to see you. 6:17 a.m. Rostov on Don. Rostov on Don. Nice to see you. Welcome to join. It's today, and nice to meet you again. I remember I saw you earlier. That is in a river, right? You live in a river bank. Okay, so I think you live close to the river. So that's very nice. I think the morning is very beautiful. When you talk about I thought it's close to the river. So when I read this name, it make me feel it's a beautiful, quiet moment in your family, and everything seems looks well. And however, when I read this novel here, it seems like no peaceful. So amber, embers, EMBER, a small piece of burning or glowing coals or wood in a dying fire. Dying fire. Okay. Now let's go back to see what that this paragraph talked about. Here, everyone he could feel a share of hardness. Drawing cover him. So look at this sentence. He could feel a shell. He could feel a shell of hardness. He feels something like a cage drawing over him, covered him. So he could feel a shell of hardness drawing over him, a cage cover him. So here, let me read it again. As Juana sitting by fire hole watched him with questioning eyes, and when he had buried his pearls, and she asked, "What do you fear?" Kino searched for a true answer, and last he said, "Everyone." And he could feel a shell of hardness draw cover him. After a while, they lay down together on the sleeping mat, and Juana did not put the baby in a box tonight, but cradled him on her arms and covered his face with a head shell. And the last night, the last light, not night, and the last light went out of the embers in a fire hole. Okay. Yeah, so that's scene. Let me see. Oh, yeah, nice to see your reply. So, you are camping in a forest on Boulder, Colorado. Camping. So, you're camping in a forest. Oh, that is exactly what I imagined. And actually, the scene the scene is different, but there's some similarity. So uh, in a camp, when I imagine, sometimes there's the fire, burning the wood burning with the fire, and probably you're camping the summer camp with a fire in your summer camp. in the forest. Colorado. Okay. So I'm glad you have the summer camp. Okay. Summer camp. So that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Um, and on the other side, we see the last light went out of the ember in the fire hole. So Kino's family, the last light went out of the ember in the fire hole. So this, I believe you have the very happy in the forest and the summer camp. And so uh, is evening, or maybe in the morning. In your side is the morning, and Kino, because they stayed up, probably is in the early morning too. So that's a very deep, detailed description of the family, what happened in their life. Okay, and what happened in their life to protect the motherland. Oh, so you're not have the summer vacation there. Sorry, because we shouldn't take granted for something, right? So you are protect the motherland. So probably you are, I'm not sure, military. I'm not sure. So I believe everybody love the family, like Russian, like the Russia, love the everybody, and the Chinese, and love the homeland too. So people love the homeland, and the U.S. Everybody, no matter people in U.S., Russia, China, everybody love their country, love their homeland, love their homeland. So this is and the last light went out of the embers in the fire hole. Okay. Now let's move to the next. Now let's move to the next. But Kino's brain burned even during his sleep. And the dream that Coyotito could read. He dreamed, okay, that one of his own people could tell him the truth of the thing. And in his dream, Coyotito was reading from the book as large as a house, with letters as big as a dog. And the world galloped and played on the book. And then darkness spread over the page, and with the darkness came the music of evil again. And Kino stirred in his sleep, and when he stirred, Juana's eyes opened in the darkness, and then Kino awakened with the evil music pulsed in him, and he lay in the darkness with his ear alert. So see what the author talked about. Galloped. And this gallops is normally it describes of a horse go at a place of gallop. So it's the fastest pace of a horse or other quadruped with all the feet off the ground together in each stride. Is run very fast pace. Of a horse go at the pace of gallop. Run very fast. Run very fast. Run very fast. Okay. Now let's see. And this one, pausing, the word pause. Pausing, like the throbbed rhythmically and pulsate. The beat, beating, beat. Okay, beat. With evil music pausing in him, and he lay in the darkness with his ear alert. So right now, because he's very afraid, so with his ear alert, with his ear alert, with his ear alert. Now I'm going to redo this paragraph and see what does this paragraph talked about. Okay, ready? But Kino's brain burned even during his sleep, and he dreamed that Coyotito could read, that one of his own people could tell him the truth of things, and in his dream, Coyotito was reading from the book as large as a house, with letters as big as dogs, and the word galloped and played on the book, and then darkness spread over the page, and with the darkness came the music of evil again. And Kino stirred his sleep, and when he stirred, Juana's eye opened in the darkness, and then Kino awakened with the evil music pausing in him, and he lay in the darkness with his ear alert. So there's a word very we use often. Stirred. It's stirred sometimes when we in a bowl we move the spoon or other implements around in a liquid or other substance in order to mix it thoroughly. We stir it. We move the spoon or other tools around that normally is a liquid in order to mix it thoroughly. And stirred sometimes move a course to move slightly. We move it. Okay, we move it. We move slightly. We move it. Okay, now let's see what happened the next. What happened the next? Is it Gaia2? Hi, Gaia2 C2G. Hello, love from Brazil. Hello, Gaia2. Nice to see you. And welcome to John. And this is a Nobel Prize winner's masterpiece, The Prose, and which was written by John Steinbeck. And right now is chapter 10. Right now we are going to finish the last part of chapter 3. So the keynote, what keynote behave and what the doctor talk about and what does the neighbor do at that day. So it's going why Kino start to feel afraid, and also why in his head he start to sing the song of the evil. The song of the evil. Why Kino start to sing the song of evil. Okay. Now let's move. Now let's move to the next. Then from the corner of the house came a sound so soft that it might have been a simple thought. A little furtive moment, a touch of a foot on earth, the almost inaudible purr of controlled breathing. Kino held his breath to listen, and he knew that whatever dark things was in his house was holding its breath too, to listen for a time. No sound at all came from the corner of the brush house. Then Kino might have thought he had imagined the sound, but Juana's hand came creeping over to him in warning, and then the sound came again, the whisper of food on dry earth and scratching the finger in the soil. So, see what happened. It looked like something dangerous. It looked like something make the people scared. Something make the people scared. Any questions? And make the people scared. Now let's go back to this paragraph. A little furtive moment. What does furtive mean? What does furtive mean? Furtive means attempting to avoid notice or attention, typically because of guilt or a belief that discovery would lead to trouble. Secretive. So that is attempt to avoid notice. Furtive. Further. Okay. The form of the corner of the house came a sound so soft that it might have been simply a thought, a little furtive moment. A little furtive moment. A touch of a foot on earth. The foot touch the earth, the foot on the earth, and the almost inaudible purr of troubled breathing. Purr. Purr. Purr make a low, continuous, vibratory sound expressing contempt, contempt, contentment. So that is a verb. And when it's a noun, it's a low, continuous, vibratory sound, typically that made by cat or vehicle. So that is a so this one is of a cat make a low, continuous vibratory sound express contentment. So make some sound, make some of the sound, okay? The almost inaudible purr of controls the breathing. So make the some sound, they heard some sound. Kino held his breath to listen, and he knew that whatever dark thing was in his house was holding its breath too to listen. So he heard something. For a time, no sound at all came from the corner of the brush house. Then Kino might have thought he had imagined the sound. And Kino and Kino, where I am. Okay, for a time, no sound at all came from the corner of the brush house. Then Kino might have thought he had imagined the sound, but Juana's hand came creeping over to him, creeping over to him, creeping over to him. Creeping, his hand creeping over to him. So creeping means normally means of a plant growing along the ground and other surface by means of extending stem and branch. Here is Juana's hand creeping over him. Is human beings. It's not the plant. So Juana's hand. The whispers of a foot on dry earth and the crunching of a finger in the soil. Let's see what is the sounds like. Juana's hand came creeping over him, warning, and then the sound came again, the whisper of a foot on dry earth and a crunching of a finger in the soil. So they still can hear the sound, the little noise, the sound or little noise. Okay. Oh, hi, Cole. Nice to see you. You're from South Korea. Hello, Chun. Uh, so not SHUN is CHUN. Let me type it for you. Let me type it for you. Is Chun is not S. Is CHUN. Okay. Welcome to join, and it's not the first time you join. I still remember you, and welcome to join. And today, we review first and second chapter. And again, last time we talked about the philosophy, philosophy movement and philosophy. It sounds slow. However, we have already finished chapter 1 and chapter 2. And today we are going to finish chapter 3. Okay. Today we are going to finish chapter 3. So in this one, we have already got the song of the family and my little pearl and a son of maybe son of enemy and a son of evil. So it's lots of things come up and grow up from our study, and also we learn some of the culture. So by doing this, and we also learn some society, the social things. The social things is the family has the love. However, the society values the money. So this is very important. Sometimes we see the life like this. We do have the love, but the society value the money, and the doctor reluctantly to uh, to to do the treatment for his son, called Tito. And also, when I read that part, I feel there's a trick. There's a trick, and I feel his doctor was playing the trick at that moment. So again, welcome to John, and don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like. Now let's move on. Okay, so now I'm going to let's come back to see what does this chapter talked about. Not chapter. What does this paragraph talk about? Then from the corner of the house came a sound so soft that might have been simply a thought. A little furtive moment, a touch of foot on the earth, the almost inaudible purr of controlled breathing. Kino held his breath to listen, and he knew that whatever dark thing was in his house was holding his breath too to listen. For a time, no sound at all came from the corner of the brush house. Then Kino might have thought he had imagined the sound, but Juana's hand came creeping over to him in warning, and then the sound came again, the whisper of a foot on dry earth and the crunching of finger in the soil. Okay, so that is very seem like this very scared, and Juana and Kino, they feel some strange sound come somewhere, and they Kino try to find it, listen carefully, but he thought that was he thought he had imagined the sound. However, Anna's hand came creeping over him in warning. So still the danger still there. Okay, still the danger was there. Okay, now let's move to the next paragraph. Ready? Now the next paragraph. And now a wild fear surged in Kino's breast, and on the fear came rage as it always did. Kino's hand crept into his breast where his knife hung on a string. And then he sprang like an angry cat, leaped, striking and spitting for the dark things he knew was in the corner of the house. He fell close, struck at it with his knife and missed, and struck again and fell. His knife go through clothes, and then his head crushed with lightning and exploded with pain. There was a soft scurry in the doorway and running steps for a moment, and then silence. Wow. The author described the thing like this way. It's really, really amazing. Let's see. And now a wild fire surged in Kino's breast, surged. What does surged mean? Surged. Surged is of so surged have the meaning like the emotion of emotion or feeling affect someone powerfully and suddenly. Let's see what does the meaning. And a wildfire surged. Okay, yes, we are right. So of emotion or feeling affect someone powerfully and suddenly. Okay, is powerful and suddenly, powerfully and suddenly. And now a wildfire. Give me 1 second. And now a wildfire surged powerfully. Emotion affect someone powerfully and suddenly. Powerfully and suddenly. And now a wildfire surged in Kino's breast, and on fear came rage. Rage. Surge again is emotion affect someone powerfully and suddenly. It increase suddenly and powerfully. Increase emotion, increase suddenly and powerfully. Rage means angry. This angry is uncontrollable angry, violent. So when people get angry, is uncontrollable angry, is rage. Violent. Okay. Kino's hand crept to his breast where his knife hung on a string. So his hand tried to crept into his breast where his knife hung on a string. And then he sprung like an angry cat. Sprung. Sprang. 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 Move or jump suddenly or rapidly upward and forward, just like a sprint. 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 And sprint. And then he sprang like an angry cat, leaped, striking and spitting for the dark thing he knew was in the corner of the house. Okay, so then he sprang like an angry cat, and leaped, and jumped, striking and spitting. Striking. Striking here means and spitting. Striping, you beat something. Spitting something. Beating, beat. Striking and spitting. He beat something and spitting and spitting. So here is shout, yelled, roar, roar. Okay, he roar, he shout. So the meaning here is then he sprang like an angry cat, leaped, striking and spitting. He yelled for the dark things he knew was in a corner of the house. He felt close. He felt something like the close. Struck at it with his knife and missed. Struck. Struck. What does struck mean? Struck is hit forcibly and deliverable and deliberately with one's hand or a weapon or other implement. Beat, struck. Struck. I can call you. Oh, yes. Yes, I right now. Hi, Cole. I come just now. I was reading. Yeah, so I make sure it is right. And welcome to June. I still remember you. Probably you know the Benjamin story. You joined my session too, right? And just to get a little things. And for Benjamin, so he do the things sounds like easily, and gradually he bring the people together gentle. That is like the club, and then they build up uh, the initial shape of the library, and later on they're going to I think it's in Philadelphia, right? And then lots of people bring their book in, and then they have their library, and it inspired a lot of other town. I think you joined my session on that one. That's good. And today there's another amazing story, but that is like the Benjamin one, make money and a successful thing. So that is a miserable life. They have a difficulty. There's another story. There's another story. We learned from this novel. Okay, struck means beat, beat. Beat at it with his knife and mace, and struck again, and beat again, and fight again, and felt his knife go through clothes. Then his head crushed with lightning, and then his head crushed with lightning and exploded with pain. So he felt something, the lightning crab, uh, Lightning crushed his head and exploded with a pen. There was a soft scurry in the doorway. Scurry. Scurry of a person or a small animal move hurriedly with a short, quick step. With a short, and a quick step. With a short, quick scurry of a person or small animal move hurriedly with a short, quick step. Okay. In a doorway and a running step for the moment. And a running step for a moment, and then silence, and then silence. Okay, so just now I gave you a few words, like reach, like the surge, suddenly and powerful, raise, suddenly and powerfully. Okay, and rage is uncontrollable, angry, violent. Okay, creep of the plant, they spread on the ground. Um, that's normally describe the plant, but here describe Kino's hand. Okay, I give you the few word. Strike, like the fight. Okay. Now, splitting like the yelled loudly, roar. So meaning like this. Now let's go back to this paragraph to see what does this paragraph mean. Okay, ready? 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 Yes. Yeah, so hi Cole. Hopefully you're still here. Just now I talk about you. Just now talk about you, and we talk about the Benjamin Franklin. I think I'm Benjamin Franklin's session. I meet you there, and welcome to come again. Okay, so let me go back to this paragraph again to see what happened. And now a wild fear surged in Kino's breast, and on the fear came rage. As it always did, Kino's hand crept into his breast where his knife hung on a string, and then he sprang like an angry cat, leaped striking and spitting for dark things he knew was in the corner of the house. He felt close, struck at the edge with his knife and missed, and struck again and felt his knife go through clothes, and then his head crushed with lightning and exploded with pain. There was a soft scurry in the doorway and running steps for a moment, and then silence. Okay. Now, the next. And this ending is going to close the end of this chapter. I'm so excited. We are almost done with chapter 3. So let's see what happened the next. Kino could feel warm blood running down from his forehead, and he could hear Juana calling to him, Kino, Kino. There was terror in her voice. Then coldness came over him as quickly as rage had, and he said, I'm all right. The thing has gone. Wow. So his head was blooding. He felt warm blood running down from his forehead and could hear Juana calling him Kino, Kino. and there was terror in her voice. There was terror. Terror. What does terror mean? Escape. Very afraid. The coldness came over him as a rage had. Terror. What does terror mean? Terror, afraid. Okay, and extreme fear. Lots of fear. Okay, terror. Okay, let's see what happened. Let's come back to this paragraph. Kino could feel warm blood running down from his forehead, and he could hear Juana calling to him, Kino, Kino. And there was a terror in her voice, and coldness came over him as quickly as Rich had, and he said, I'm all right, the thing has gone. So they are very dangerous now, and terror. His voice full of the terror. There was a terror in her voice, so her voice full of terror, extremely fear. Extremely fear. Extremely fear. Now the next. He groped his way back to the sleeping mat. Already, Anna was working at the fire. She uncovered an ember from the ash and shredded a little piece of corn husk over it, and blew a little flame into the corn husk so that a tiny light danced through the hut. And then from the secret place, Anna brought a little piece of consecrated candle and lighted at the flame and set it upright on a fireplace stone. She walked quickly, crowning as she moved about. She dipped the end of her head shawl in water and swept the blood from Kino's bruised forehead. It was nothing, Kino said, but his eyes and his voice were hard and cold, and a brooding hate was growing in him. Right now, there's hate now. Some bad people. Let's see, what does this paragraph mean? Groped. 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 Groped means feel about, search blindly. It feel and search blindly or uncertainly with a hand. And feel about or search blindly or uncertainly with the hands. He groped his way back to sleeping mat. Already Juana was working at the fire. She uncovered an ember. He found an emperor from the ash and shredded a little piece of corn husk over it. Corn husk. Corn husk. Corn husk. Husk. a drying outer covering something, some fruit or seed. So corn husk is the outside things. The dry outer covering some fruit or seed. So corn husk is the cover, the something covers the corn. Okay, the dry outer. Corn husk. He groped his way back to sleeping mat. Already Juana was walking at the fire. She uncovered an ember from the ash and shred the little piece of the corn husk, something outside the corn, the outer of the corn, over it, and blew a little flame into the corn husk. He blew with his mouth and make the flame bigger and into the corn husk, the cover of the corn, so that a tiny light danced through the heart. So the little light, the tiny light, danced through the heart. And then from a secret place, Juana brought a little piece of consecrated of church or land having been made or declared sacred. Sacred of church or land having been made or declared sacred. Okay. Consecrated. So here, Juana brought a little piece of consecrated cradle and lighted at the flame and set it upright on the fireplace stone. He walked quickly crooning hum or sing in a soft, low voice. Crooning. He walked quickly, crooning as she moved about. She dipped the end of her head. He dipped end of her head shell in water and swabbled the blood from Kino's bruised forehead. Swabbed. So is cleaning with a mop or other absorbance device. So cleaning, swab, clean the things. Clean the things with her shawl. Okay. She dipped the end of her head shell in water and swabbed the blood from Kino's bruised forehead. Bruised, what does bruised mean? Bruised. Bruised here means of a person or body part having a bruise or bruises. Bruise. It's nothing, Kino said, but his eye and his voice were hard and cold and brooding hate. Brooding hate. Brooding hate was growing in him. Brooding hate. Brooding hate. Showing deep unhappiness of thought. Brooding. Cold and brooding hate was growing in him. So let's go back to see what does this paragraph talk about. He groped his way back to the sleeping mat already who Anna was walking at the fire. She uncovered an ember from the ash and shredded a little piece of corn husk over it and blew a little flame into the corn husk so that a tiny light danced through the heart. And then from a secret place, Anna brought a little piece of consecrated candle and lighted it at the flame and set it upright on the fireplace stone. He walked quickly, crooning as he moved about. He dipped the end of her head shell in water and swabbed the blood from Kino's bruised forehead. It's nothing, Kino said, but his eyes and his voice were hard and cold, and a brooding hate was growing in him. So right now, from the happy, from the quiet and beautiful, quiet beginning, right now is brooding hate was growing in him. Right now, the good thing moved to the heat. Okay, move to the heat. Let's move to the next to see what happened the next. What happened the next? Okay. What happened the next? Now the tension which has been growing in Juana boiled up to the surface and the lip was thin. This thing is evil, she cried harshly. The pearl is like a sin. It will destroy us, and her voice rose shrilly. Throw it away, Kino, let's break it between stone. Let us bury it and forget the place. Let's throw it back to the sea. It has brought evil. Kino, my husband, it will destroy us. And in the firelights, her lips and her eye were alive with her fire, but Kino's face was set in his mind and his will was set. This is our one chance, he said. Our son must go to school. He must break out of a pot that hold us in. It will destroy us all, Anna cried, even our son. Okay. Now let's move Um, Now the tension which has been growing in Juana boiled up to the surface and her lip went all thin. So like a boiled up, the tension boiled up like water to the surface and her lips were thin. This thing is evil, she cried harshly. Harshly. Harshly means firmly, uh, sternly. Okay. The pearl is like a sin, it will destroy us, and for voice shrilly, rose shrilly, here with a high pitch and a piercing voice and sound. Piercing, 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 sharp, profounded, shout, screaming. Okay, screaming. Let me see any other new word. Okay, let's go back to see how this paragraph talk about. Now the tension which has begun grow in Juana boiled up to the surface, and her lip was thin. This thing is evil, she cried harshly. The pearl is like a sin, it will destroy us. And her voice rose shrilly. Throw it away, Kino, let us break it between stone. Let us break it between stone. Let's bury it and forget the place. Let's throw it back to the sea. It was brought evil. Kino, my husband, it will destroy us. And in the firelight, her lip and her eyes were alive with fear. So his lip and eyes full of fear. But Kino's face was set. Was set, still very strong, very firm, and his mind and his will was set, very firm. This is our chance, he said. Our son must go to school. He must break out of the pot, the cage. The cage break out of the pot that hold us in. He used the word pot. It will destroy us all, who Anna cried, even our son. Okay, even our son. Hush. Hush, said Kino. Do not speak any more. Shh. Hush. Do not speak anymore. Hush. Do not speak anymore. Hush. What does hush mean? Make someone be quiet and stop talking. Like shh. Hush. 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 Hush, said Kino, do not speak any more. In the morning we will sell the pearls, and then the evil will be gone, and only the good remain. Now hush, my wife, his dark eye scrolling. Scrawled, scowled, is frown in an angry and bad-tempered way. Scowled. His dark eyes crawled into little fear, and from the first time he knew that his knife was still in his hand and his razor blade. He raised the blade and looked at it and saw a little line of blood on the steel. Oh, there's a little line of blood on the steel. For a moment he seemed about to wipe the blade on his trousers, but then he plunged the knife into earth and so cleansed it. So let's see this word mean. Cleansed. Cleansed here means make something, especially skin, thoroughly clean. Make your body cleanness. Blade here means blade, a flat cutting edge of a knife, the blade. The cutting edge, that side of a knife, sword, or other tool or weapon. Okay. Plunged. Jump or dive quickly, energetically. Here means push or thrust quickly, push quickly, plunge quickly. Okay, let's come to see what does this paragraph talk about. Hush, Sakino, do not speak anymore. In the morning we will sell the pearls, and then the evil will be gone, and only the good remain. Now hush, my wife. His dark eye scrawled into little fire. And for the first time he knew that his wife was still in his hand, and he raised the blade and looked at it and saw a little line of blood on the steel. For a moment he seemed about to wipe the blade on his trousers, but then he plunged the knife into the earth, so cleansed it. Okay, cleansed it. Clean the blade, the blood on the blade. Okay. Rooster means cock. Okay, let's see. The distant roosters began to crow. Crow. Crow means large bird with mostly uh, glossy black plumage, a heavy bill, and okay, so that they have the raucous voice. Okay, so they crow, they make the sound. The large bird make the sound. Okay, the voice. Crow. The distant rooster began to crow, and the air changed, and the dawn was coming. The wind of the morning ruffled, ruffled, ruffled. Ruffled. Ruffle means disorganized, disarranged, disarranged. So it means not well organized. So it means the water is not flat anymore. Estuary and whispers. Okay, let me read this one. The distant rooster began to crow, and the air changed, and the dawn was coming. The wind of morning ruffled the water of the estuary and whispered through the mangrove. Mangrove is kind of a tree or shrub that grow in chiefly tropical coastal swamps that are flooding at high tide. Mangrove typically have numerous tangled roots above ground and from dense uh, thicket. Okay, mangrove. Mangrove. Whisper through mangrove, and a little wave beat on rubbly beach. Rubbly. Rubbly. A lot of small stone. Okay. Increase the tempo, increase the beat. Okay. Kino raise. Okay, so see what does this paragraph talk about? The distant rooster began to crow, and the air changed, and dawn was coming. The wind of the morning ruffled the water of estuary and whispered through the mangrove, and a little wave beat on the rubbly beach, and with increased tempo, Kino raised the sleeping match and dug up his purse and put it in front of him and stared at it. Okay, so create so many trouble because of this pearl. And the beauty of the pearl, winking and glimmering, and in the light of the little candle, cozened his brain in with its beauty. So lovely it was, so soft, and its own music came from it. Its music of promise and delight. Its guarantee of the future, of comfort, of security. Its warm lucence promised poultice against the illness and war against the insult. It closed the door on hunger, and as it stared at it, At it, Kino's eyes softened and his face relaxed. He could see the little image of the consecrated candle reflected in the soft surface of the pearls, and he heard again in his ears the lovely music of undersea, the tone of the diffuse green light of the sea bottom. Whoever glanced secretly at him saw him smile, and because they were in some way one thing and one purpose, he smiled with him. Okay, so they changed their mind and winking, and winking. Let me see. The Pearls. The name of the book is The Pearl. It is one of the masterpiece of a Nobel Prize winner John Steinbeck. The Pearls, and his name is John Steinbeck. Hi, welcome to John. Welcome to John. Come in the chat. Where are you watching from, and what is your local time? Hi, Vasari. Vasarin. Nice to see you. Amber, nice to see you. Come in the chat, and welcome to John. And thank you for your support. And also, hopefully, you have great luck. You know, this family, they don't have the good luck, they have the tragedy. They have the tragedy. Okay. All of a sudden, from a quiet, peaceful moment to the tragedy. Okay. Rinking. Wink. Winking means close and open one eye quickly. Close one eye quickly, and typically to indicate that something is a joke or secret, or as a signal or affection or greeting. So close one eye quickly. Can you close one eye? Close one eye quickly. Can you try close one eye quickly? Some people can close the right eye, some people can close the left eyes. Close one eye quickly. Close one eye quickly. And the beauty of the pearl winking and glimmering in the light of the little candle. Winking. Okay. Glimmering. Glimmering means a little light. Little light. And a glimmer, and shining faintly with wavering light is shining, wavering light. Shining is faintly, it's not strong, is a very weak light, dim light. And the beauty of the pearl, winking, and glimmering, shining faintly in the light of the little candle, cozened his brain, cozened. Cozened is a trick and deceive. Cozened his brain with its beauty, so lovely it was, so soft its own music came from. Its music of promise and delight, its guarantee of future, of comfort, of security, its warm lucence. Let me see what is the meaning of the lucence. Lucence here means does lucence mean? Lucence is kind of the light. Okay, the lucent, the light. Okay, is warm lucence promise poultice. Poultice means a soft, moist mass of material, typically of plant material or flour, applied to the body to release the soreness and inflammation and keep in place with a cloth. Something, the cloth with some paste and a moist mass, uh, and the paste, and to release the pain. Okay. On the other side is a close pouches. Okay, let's come back to this paragraph again. And the beauty of the pearl winking and glimmering in the light of the little candle cozened his brain with beauty. So lovely it was, so soft, and its only music came from it. Its music of promise and delight, its guarantees of a future, of comfort, of security. Its warm, lucent promise poultice against illness and a war against the insult. It closed the door on hunger. And as he stared at it, Kino's eyes softened and his face relaxed. He could see the little image of the consecrated candle reflected in the soft surface of the pearl, and he heard again in his eyes the lovely music of undersea, the tone of the diffused green. Diffuse grin of the sea bottom, who Anna, glancing secretly at him, saw his smile, and because they were in some way one thing and one promise, she smiled with him. The word diffused. Diffuse means spread or cause to spread over a wide area or among a large number of people. Diffused. Okay, only read the last part. And he heard again in his ears and lovely music of undersea, the tongue of the diffuse green light of the sea bottom, who Anna glanced secretly at him, saw him smile, and because they were in some way one thing and one purpose, she smiled with him. Is that the right decision? And they began this day with hope. So right now, both of the people start with the hope. Start with the hope again. Can you? Okay. So what is today's lunch menu? Oh, probably you like my lunch live stream more than this one. Vasari. Name of the book. Okay. Name of the book is The Pearl. And hi, Amber. Nice to see you in heaven. What is today's lunch menu? So I'm going to right now chapter 3 is gone. So right now they change their mind. They have the hope again. So I'm going to go to the kitchen and see the menu. Okay, and then so what is today lunch? Okay, and toxic Omi. Can you weld can purpose? So I don't understand what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Let me see. Can you weld a container properly though? I don't weld the thing. I don't weld the thing. Uh, I'm not. That's not my major. Uh, Thank you for your question. Let me see anything else. Yes, I think that's for today's. That is today's. Uh, for chapter 3. Okay, so that is really a chapter with fear, the chapter with a terror, and with a blood, with a hope, with a love, with a dream, with a greedy, with a sin. Okay, this amazing. The chapter 3 is amazing. So I think that is for the chapter 3. I'm glad we ended the chapter 3. So any questions? So for the lunch, I'm going to end this one because this one on the title I wrote is episode 50 and live 18, The Pearl by John Steinbeck, chapter 3 and chapter 1, Song of the Family. So next one I'm going to change my title so that the I each episode a little clear, otherwise it's not too clear. Any questions? Okay, I think that is chapter 3. This is chapter 3. Any questions? So they start from the quiet village and quiet love. Right now, people become greedy from beautiful sin. Right now to the hate in the eyes. Okay. Any questions? Okay, I think that's all for today. Okay, before we end this session, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna share my favorite poem. A red, red rose. Oh, my love, like the red, red rose that newly sprung in June. Oh, my love, like the melody that sweetly played in tune. And fair art thou, my bonny lass. So deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my love, till all the sea gone dry, till all the sea gone dry, and till all the sea till all the sea gone dry, my love, and the rock melt with the sun. And I will love thee still, my dear, while the sun of life shall run. And fear thee well, my only love, and fear thee will, oh well. And I will come again, my dear, though it were 10,000 miles. And any questions? And before we end this session? Okay, welcome to June. Comment in the chat if you are interested in the live stream. Comment in the chat and don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like. Any questions? Okay, I think that's all for today. All my love, like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. I will see you in a little while. Um, yeah, I know I will see you, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.